Also, a consumer alert. Did you know that your credit card company knows where you're shopping? Credit card companies and cell phone companies now teaming up for fraud protection. So how does it work? Ryan has the story. Good morning, Ryan.
Yeah, John, good morning. They know for sure. And joining us more to talk about this is Hap Aziz, a tech expert. So, Hap, great to see you this morning. So the general thinking here is if you're shopping, you usually always have your phone with you. So if you're making a purchase in Orlando and your phone's in Vermont, it must not be you, right?
That's correct. Well, if you are in Vermont with your phone and
Right.
your purchase is in Orlando, that's how it would work, yes.
And everybody wants to cut down on fraud because they pay so much. The cell phone company's now getting involved because they've got this little gadget that pretty much is on everybody all the time. So
Right.
it's interesting. Both sides kind of have a win in this.
Yes, well, AT&T is looking to push out a service within the next few months. And the deal for them is the credit card companies pay so much money, about $12.4 billion in global credit card fraud, that they can give a little bit to the cell phone companies for each transaction, and that would be the motivation for them.
Not every plan is perfect, so let's assume you give your phone to your son. There could be a problem there if one of the two of you use a purchase.
Right. Well, if you're not in the same place as your phone and your credit card at the same time, that could be a problem if you opted into the plan that always tied the two together. However, there are other options. Another type of plan would allow you to use an app on your cell phone to actually program where you are or when you would be with your phone, set up a set of rules so that it's not always tied together, and that gives you a little bit better measure of protection.
And that's a really important note you brought up here. You can opt into this. They're not necessarily going to sign you up as an AT&T or Verizon customer at this point.
That's correct. It would always be opt-in, well, at this point, so it's tough to say always. But the idea is that a person would opt in. There are several types of plans, either the always tethering the phone and the credit card or using some sort of algorithm with an app that allows you to specify when you're with it. Some banks even are setting up sets of rules so you don't have to do anything to your cell phone, yet it's not always tied to your credit card.
And you talked about AT&T kind of being in front on this, and we've seen it so many times in corporate America that once one company does it, others follow suit. Do you see the major carriers all eventually going with this?
That would likely happen if the service is successful. Everybody seems to think it would be. Part of the idea is to reduce this tendency of false positives. That's where you get a call from your bank that your credit card transaction or your credit card has been canceled because of fraud activity. That is something that represents a lot of money and can save a large chunk of change.
And Hap and I were just talking, we both had it happen to us. We get a phone call and the card's denied based on that software. So this is just kind of another element of this. Hap, great to come in. We appreciate this new technology that people are going to probably see a lot more often for sure.
We will likely see it.
Yeah, Hap, thank you. Amy, back to you.
All right, it's fascinating. Thanks, you guys.